Drop that. Hey, yeah. Hey, hey, yeah.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jason Barber, Educator, coming at you with another one. What we have here today is the new and highly anticipated, newly released Babyliss Pro Tomb45 clipper and trimmer. You can buy these separate. They don't sell them as a set combo. You have to buy these separate. However, I had a chance to test these clippers out in the trimmer. As you can see, this is the front of the clipper and the front of the trimmer. You can see the blade is on the opposite direction where it's normally on your trimmers. And so the people that designed this trimmer said that they thought that it never made sense for the blade to be turned the other way. They said that the blade, because when they pick it up, cut it on, and go to line someone up, that it's already, that they had to flip the trimmer around just to get the blade to face the right way for the lineup. But they said it never made sense to them. It makes sense to them to have the blade facing this way. They always wonder why it wasn't facing that way. And then, however, some may argue that they like, sometime when they pick the trimmer up, they're picking it up to do use the blade this way for a scooping method, like cleaning up under the neck, or some people ball it out with theirs. So that can, go either way. But for me, I want to get the review on the trimmer out the way first, because I've cut about 20 heads with just these, and so I feel like that'd be enough for me to all types of hair. I've cut all types of hair: straight, curly, tight, or extremely curly, thin, thick, dense, high density, medium density. So I've cut all different textures and types. So I think I'm ready to get my review on these clippers and trimmers. The trimmer, I would say, and I cut straight out the box with this trimmer. I did not set the trimmer. The trimmer hits, it hits straight out the box. It hits good enough to where you really don't need to move it, unless you just one of those barbers that's extreme with your trimmers. You want that mug to just like to the white meat, then you will move it. But to get a clean, crispy line, mine came out the box ready, and it's safe. It's not cutting anyone. So if you got a type of heavy hand with your trimmer, like I do, I have a heavy hand, and this was right on time, man, because I was concerned with having to set it. And well, with my other trimmers right now, this came in clutch, because I was at the point now with my other trimmers, I had to keep grabbing different trimmers with different things. But this one allows me to go up under the neck, on the back of the neck, and it's still giving a crispy line up. So I'm loving this thing right now. As you can see, this blade is a different shape than the any other blade that's out there. Uh, it gives for more visibility, seeing around the ears and under the nose, lips, and all that by it being narrow here. And they kind of attempted that with the high vis as well, but it still got a little bit different shape than high vis. It's got like a little double cut there. So it's a unique shape. And the blade is good. It's good for lining and cleaning under the neck. It's good for debulking. So it works for that. All trimmer blades gonna be different though. Like you can get it, you can get yours brand new, and it might not be the same out the box. You may have to adjust yours. It might not cut the same way mine's cutting because when these blades come out the factory, they're different. But mine, I looked up on one. I ain't gotta do nothing to this trimmer. But put that work in with it. It does right now. It does everything I wanted to do. It cuts through bulk when you ball it out. It line up, clean up under the neck without being sensitive. It ain't too uncomfortable to people. On the back of the neck, you can use it. So let's talk about the trimmer a little bit, the design. The trimmer has, you want to take this off, and you can use that for more visibility, or you can use it to clean out the hair out of the trimmer. You got a magnet, fits back on like that. Again, this where the button at is still the front of the trimmer. So the blade is just facing the opposite direction where most trimmers normally do. You have your thumbprint there. You have Babyliss Pro name right there. It is a Babyliss. Let's not get it twisted. It's a Babyliss trimmer. They did collaboration with Tomb45 to make a specific from scratch, design a clipper from scratch that was designed by the Tomb45 team and the Barbers team worked together with the Barbers engineers, and Tomb45 had an engineer on theirs on the team as well, and they designed the motor, all the internals, and the body. They went through multiple modes and all this to make this clipper. So it is made from scratch. It's not a white label that they got from China. They made this from scratch. They designed it. Now I do like the rubber. You see there, it got a bunch of T45 all over the back of the rubber. It says T45 all over the back. And I got the grooves, finger grooves here on it. And I like this rubber. It's not just placed around the clipper, it's built into the clipper. And it helps the ergonomics and the feel of the trimmer feels so good in the hand. The trimmer feels premium, okay? It feels premium. It don't feel cheap. And the look is elegant. It has a modern look. It has a modern, luxurious look to it, okay? Now, you have two buttons here. You have the power button at the bottom, and you have a button at the top that says T45. You can hold that bottom, and it comes on. Now, if you notice, both lights lit up. What that means is that it's on high speed. And both lights lit up because when I last cut it off, I had last used it on high speed. So now we're going to hit this top button here. You hold it for some seconds and you notice it went off. That means it lowered the speed, okay? So if I want to raise the speed, I'll hold this button. Oh, my bad, that cuts it off. So you can tap to cut it off. Then now I'm going to hit the top button again. Top button. Hold it. It came on. Second speed. All right. Now, so let's say, for instance, so you see how both of them came on back on high speed because I went off on high speed. But let's say, for instance, we want to hold that. Now we're on low speed. Now I'm going to cut the clipper off. Now, based on my observations, when I cut it back on, it's going to come back on low speed because it was on low speed when I cut it off. Let's just see what it does. Absolutely. Low speed. So basically, I put time in figuring these clippers out, these trimmers out. Another added bonus that they wanted to do with this trimmer was Tomb45 wanted to have a percent indicator on how the power that's left in your battery life. So they see it has 90% battery life there. So that was another perk. And it has the regular Babyliss charging cord connection here, just like all the other Babyliss trimmers. And then it has the USB option right here to charge the trimmer. Then Tomb45 introduced a third charging option, which they are known to have before your charging pad. All right, right there it says Barbers and Tomb45. With this charging pad, as you can see earlier in my video, where I had them on my station lighting up, and when you put it down on the mat, you make with the button faced up, which is the top of the trimmer and the display, you tap it to the bottom of the rack at the bottom. You make sure it hits the rack. That way you know that it's going to be on charging. I don't have it plugged up right now, but you can see at the beginning of the video I had them plugged up. Okay, so when you do that, a green light comes around here and lets you know that it's charging, and it will also light up. And another thing, another feature it has, it's loaded with features. Like say you have your trimmer on, and you sit it down on the charging pad, it'll cut off. Automatic cuts off on its own. That way you won't have make a mistake of your trimmer just running overnight or something accidentally. So yeah, this trimmer is a go. Definitely a go for this trimmer. This definitely going to stay in my arsenal. The trimmer hits good, and I don't even know how it hits when you move it. I see Get Beam, he is really hitting because he moves his up. He like his trimmer just chopping. So for me, out the box, is doing everything I needed to do. Clean lines, clean lineups. Now, next we have the clipper. Pretty much all the same features. I really don't have to go over them again. The power button, the low and high speed, the thumb rest here for comfort, the grip and the rubber in the back, everything's the same. So I really don't have to go over that again. The display for the charging. They had the MIM blade. That's the what they call it. I forgot to call it. Metal injection molding, MIM, metal injection molding. Okay, so that's what that stands for. It got the grooves right there. You have your green on both of them. You see, you have your green cutting blade. That's the Tomb45 color. Your green cutting blade on both of those. You have your green screw, and they the Tomb45 team said they specifically wanted to do something different with the lever. They said they showed us different at the EWP, different pictures of when they was doing different clay moldings and stuff to try to shape this to get a more comfortable feel on that lever. Okay, so they put a lot of time and design into these. As you can see, this clipper is just it's the width of an Andes Master. So a lot of people looking at it, they were skeptical about the width of it. They felt like it was kind of fat. It's a shorter clipper, shorter than the Magic Clip, and to make it a little skinnier, you can see for ergonomics, if you look on the side, they both go in. It goes in right there. So that helps the ergonomics of the tool. Now let's again, they have the same thing that the trimmer has for the charging, USB-C, Babyliss, and they have the charging pad as well. Let's get into how they cut. This clipper cuts good. This goes straight through bulk. You cut and you can hear that crunch. I cut out the box with this. I didn't zero gap it, and I don't think I have to through the fades and tapers and stuff I've been doing. It just I don't know. It's already set close enough out the box where I can either get the fade ball line out. Of course, I just go back with the trimmer and get the little faint ball line out. But yeah, just blending out that panel. I haven't had no problems. I don't have to set neither one of these. Basically, I don't have to set neither one of them out the box. Now, if you buy one, will yours be like that out the box? I don't know. I don't know. They cut good. They powerful. They put a nice fade with the lever all the way closed to get straight hairs and stuff. They cut hair down, or if you freehanding like a box or a hot top fade or afro, they cut the hair down good. So basically, no problems with how it's cut. The weight in the video you'll see where the weight falls with other clippers. This clipper is a little bit lighter than the Wall Senior. Than the Wall Senior, a little bit lighter. It's 2 ounces lighter than the cordless and this Master, even though it's as wide as the Master. So it feels a little bit heavier than what it really is. The scale don't lie. I mean, it's lighter than the Wall Senior. It's 2 ounces lighter than the cordless and this Master. So the scale don't lie. It's just that it feels so premium and so solid. It feels a little bit heavier than what it is, and the width may have a little bit to do with that, the width of the clipper. But it's definitely not as heavy as you think because, again, it's lighter than the Wall Senior and 2 ounces lighter than this Master. But so other than that, it's good. It's solid. The Babyliss and Tomb45 team explained to us at EWP Sunday that how this clipper is so compact inside where there's no air, there's no room for rattling, there's no room for airiness, where it feels like some other clippers. This is probably why this clipper feels so premium. I kind of like to compare them to vehicles. It's like a luxury vehicle, solid, smooth. It looks modern, and it's just smooth where it runs. So let's do a sound check. It's kind of quiet. It's quieter than the Magic Clips. It's quieter than the Masters. There are a couple of clippers out there that's a little bit quieter than this, but this is quieter than half of the clippers out there. The trimmer, quieter than half of the trimmers out there. It's good and quiet. Now let's get to the part where I think people will run into an issue with the clipper. And 2 of my barbers in my shop, we went to EWP Sunday, and together, and we picked up the clippers, and they've been cutting the last few days with them, just like I have, and they're having a little trouble because of the guard system. I talked to Get Beam and Vazio, and they felt like they said they put a lot of work into these guards as to design them to address certain issues they have with other guards in the industry. So this is why you find them designed the way they are. This is the number 3. And you want to compare it to the number Wall 3. The looks of it, the size. Okay. Now, the 2, the 3, and 4, even though they look different as the 2 and the Wall, even though they look different, they cut about the same length. So the issue is not with the number 2, number 3, or number 4. you run into the issue with the first three, guards, the smallest three, which is your half guard, and it says on here 0.5, or it says 1/16. All right. You have your your number one is a one. It says 1/8 or number one. All right. Then you have your 3/16 guard or 1.5. And these are premium guards with the metal clips. I like the green on them for Tomb45 colors. And so with the guards, some of the guys were complaining about the guards not being cutting the measurements that they're used to them cutting. So even though they say 1/2, and it says it, then this wall says 1.5, or this says half, and this wall says a half, and this one says one, but they're getting different cuts, they're getting different lengths. Okay, and that's two of my barbers said they feel like it's slowing them down because they're trying to figure it out. So it's slowing them down on cuts, trying to get used to it. That's not what they're used to. And so I look over there in the station, I see them throwing the other guards back, picking the other clippers up, going to the other guards and stuff. And I told them, I mean, in worst case scenario, y'all can use your same guards because the wall guards, they do fit on the clipper perfectly. They fit on the clippers perfectly. Now, me personally, with the guards, I already figured out how to cover these guards. Okay, I do change my system up a little bit with these guards. What I did notice is you can actually use these whole haircut with this fade with stuff with these clippers without using the number one, because the half guard that they have here, it stretches out long enough to cover what the one would have normally covered in the wall guard system. And what this guard does is they purposely designed it to cut similar to the purple magnet Andis guards, nano guards, because most barbers, especially if you're an old school barber, you like how that guard feeds the hair, especially for wavers. It really do real good for them. So this is you can see. Let me go get one of those purple guards. This is the guard that I'm referring to. This is a zero guard from the Andis double magnet guard system. Now, if you look closely, now I'm gonna show you on the side. Now I'm gonna show you the sides. Okay, this guard cuts like this guard for the most part. When you stretch this guard out, it'll pretty much run into the 1.5 guard here closed. Okay, you may slightly have to come out with your wrist a little bit, but other than that, if you wanted to, you can skip the one guard. However, the issue I had with this is the same issue I had with this, and that's the fact that it does not cut close enough. This half guard on this clipper with the lever closed do not take the line out between a no guard with lever open and a half guard with lever closed. Leaves a line in between the two. Okay, and that's the issue with this guard system. However, With this guard system, this half guard cuts closer than this half guard. And they both say 1/16 on them. But like I was talking to Beam the other day, and he was saying that this is not 1/16. He was saying it's like a 1/48 or something. So I was like, you mean 1/32? He said, no, it's cut closer than that. Like, wow, but it does cut closer than other half guards I've seen, even the previous Barbers half guard and other, it does cut closer. It's really, 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 really thin. Okay. However, but it allows you to take that line out. So if I was fading and I had this is the smallest guard they have in the system. So if I had it closed, trying to fade out a hair that I had cut with this open, it leaves a little line. Can I get it out with this? Yes. You just have to come up and out. Okay. But for those who are not good at coming up and out, and if they make a new line trying to do that, then they would need something like this to fade with. Okay. And that can create a gap in the system. If you put this on instead, coming behind this one, it all works together. Coming behind this half guard, it all comes together. But without this, you got to do some wrist work to come back in with the blade open. Okay, to get that done. That's the only con I really have for this clipper. Me, I'm just cutting with magic clips. So the magic clips, as you can see from my video where I was measuring the weight of these clippers in comparison, it's a little bit lighter than this, and that's gold magic clips. I was really used to cutting with the maroon magic clips, and they lighter than the gold magic clips. So if you one of them people that cut the maroon magic clips, the gold magic clip just slightly heavier than that. Then the seams are heavier than that. Masters are heavier than that. Anything gonna be heavy to you if you're cutting with those maroon magic clips. However, this here, again, is it's less than an ounce heavier than the gold magic clip, and it's a 4 ounce lighter than the wild seam. All right. So my overall review on these, they're both gonna stay in my arsenal on my starting lineup, and so you may want to go out and get your pair, try them out. I can't tell you what to do, but I'll tell you what I'm doing. They stand in my starting lineup. So that's what I got for you today. See you on the next one. It's your boy, Jason Barber, an educator. Oh, visit me. Hit like and subscribe, and visit my website at jasonlwest.com and jasonlwest.com.